Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Slab for Tuesday, December 13th, 2022. I'm Nate, and I'm here with your Sports Card Rundown. If you like this video, please click the like and subscribe button. It helps us get this video out to more people like yourselves, card collectors. Want to start off today with a real quick shout out to the Milwaukee Brewers, who just traded Esteury Ruiz, who they got in the Josh Hader deal, for William Contreras and 2 pitching prospects. If that sounds absurd, that's because it is. It was part of a 3-team deal with the A's, the Braves, and the Brewers, and the Brewers gave up 1 prospect while getting probably the second best player in the deal, along with a couple of relief arms. Makes no sense to me. The Brewers had a logjam. Esteury Ruiz was by far their 5th best outfielder between the majors and AAA. He wasn't going to get used, and so the Brewers traded him away and got a position of need in William Contreras and a couple relievers. Makes no sense. Mind boggled. One of those trades where I can't believe it happened. If this happened to another team, I'd be like, that's the cheapest thing I've ever seen. It happened to the Brewers. I love it. As for the A's, I feel bad for them. They traded away Sean Murphy and didn't get much back. As for the Braves, they traded away a lot for just Sean Murphy, which is also confusing considering he's not that much better than he's better than William Contreras, but he's not that much better. And the Brewers get a catcher they can work on. They've had a lot of success. Omar Narvaez, Manny Pena, Jonathan Lucroy. The list goes on and on of success they've had when developing catching defense. And so if you can keep the offense with the defense, William Contreras could become one of the best catchers in baseball in relatively short order. So over here at SlabStox, we are pumped today about that trade. Cloud9, baseball is back, baby. All those bad taste we had in our mouth, gone. Our trender for today is Joel Embiid, and I wanted to bring him up because there was a lot of excitement over Anthony Davis in his 9-game stretch. That was so amazing, and I wrote on it. I covered it. Yeah, I'm part of the problem, but it was so amazing. Lakers biased media would have you believe that he was the second coming of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and all that stuff. Joel Embiid quietly having just as good, if not a better stretch of games, and yet you hear nothing. And so I am here to set the record straight and to tell you Embiid in his last 10 games, 379 points, 97 rebounds, 60 assists, 20 blocks, and 16 steals. 379, 97, 60, 20, 16. All right. Anthony Davis in his 10-game stretch that was capped off with that 55-point game where everyone was losing their minds, 342 points. That's not 379. 154 rebounds. Yes, that's much better than 97 rebounds. 27 assists. That's much worse than 60 assists. 29 blocks. That's better than 20 blocks. 13 steals. That's worse than 16 steals. So you get those 2 stats there. 379, 97, 60, 20, and 16 for Embiid, or 342, 154, 27, 29, and 13 for Anthony Davis. And you tell me which player is better. They're pretty equivalent, if you ask me. More assists and more points to Embiid, but maybe better defense and more rebounds to Anthony Davis. Which one would I take? I would take Embiid's all day long. I'll take the points all day long. And he attributed more points to his team, both in actual points and assists. And yet it's Anthony Davis everyone's been talking about. Doesn't make any sense to me. Hopefully it doesn't make any sense to you. So here I am talking about Joel Embiid because he has been amazing. Amazing the last 10 games. And that success you think would have moved his market substantially, but it hasn't been the case. In the last year, his 2014 Prism Green PSA 9 down 41%, which is a drastic drop. Now it's up a little bit in the last 3 months, but overall in the last year, it is down 41%. What more can a man do than what Embiid did these last 10 games to get his market to rise? I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what can happen going forward because I don't think Embiid's going to have this hot of a stretch maybe ever again. Moving on to our who's hot, who's not. And we've got a who's not of the day, and that belongs to, yet again, we're talking about him, Trey Turner. And that's because his gold Bowman Chrome auto from 2013 just sold for $600. If that seems low, you're not alone. That seemed low to me too. And so I went and did a little bit of research and looked up 2022 Bowman Chrome Gold Auto on the old card ladder took out vinyl, took out rookie, took out RC, and you get a list. And I sorted it by price, and I sorted it top to bottom. And you get a list, and you go down this list, and you can see a lot of names: Roderick Arias, James Wood, Jackson Chourio was at the top for $10,000, Brian Acuna in there. And you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going, and you keep going. And eventually, you get to the last $600 card, which is Brian Acuna and Samuel Munoz at $596 there. So we've got a list of cards that sold for from 2022 Bowman Chrome that sold for over $600, which was the price of the Trey Turner. You want to know how many it was? Can you even take a guess? Because it's an absurd amount. From just 2022 Bowman Chrome, there have been, and this is Bowman Baseball and Bowman Chrome. This number will grow once Bowman Draft comes out. There have been 143 different cards that sold more than $600 for a gold or a gold shimmer auto from just this year's Bowman releases. 143 cards that cost more than Trey Turner Bowman Chrome card, a guy that averages 5.7 baseball reference wins above replacement per 162 games. That's the player we're talking about. This isn't a bum. This is Trey Turner, who just signed 11 years, $300 million. This is Trey Turner, who averages 5.7 baseball wins above replacement. This is Trey Turner, who is the second best shortstop in the last 5 years, according to Fangraphs wins above replacement, behind just Francisco Lindor. Trey Turner, 143 cards from just this year's set sold for more than his Bowman Chrome Gold Auto. That's insanity. And the list of names of players that sold more than him, I'm going to read these all off. It's 33 names long, so get comfy. Jackson Chourio, Jason Chourio, Ellie De La Cruz, James Wood, Khalil Watson, Roderick Arias, Brady House, Jackson Merrill, Christian Vaquero, Oswald Cabrera, Matt McLean, Brian Acuna, Curtis Mead, Samuel Zavala, James Triantos, Roberto Campos, Trey Sweeney, Colson Montgomery, Oscar Colas, Jorge Valer, Yasser Mercedes, Yanquil Fernandez, Max Muncy, Anthony Gutierrez, Sedane Rafaela, Warming Burnable, Dustin Harris, Jonathan Clays, Joshua Baez, John Kenzie Noel, Lennon Sosa, Hendry Mendez, and Jonathan Mejia. That's a list of 33 names. There are obviously top 100 prospects in there. Jackson Chourio, Ellie De La Cruz, James Wood, Khalil Watson, even though he's a major disappointment, Jackson Merrill, Oswald Cabrera. There are top 100, Curtis Mead, George Valera. There are top 100 prospects in there, and there's also guys that are huge risks. That's 33 names. Of these 33 names, how many of them do you think are going to have a career as good as Trey Turner? 2? 3? I bet 4 tops, type of thing, if even. And yet you have all of these guys, and obviously they're a wide range from $10,000 to $605 more, that they're higher than Trey Turner's $600 price tag. But the point still stands. You've got 33 guys that have 143 cards between them that sold for more than $600, the price of Trey Turner. Make it make sense to me. If any of you have any thoughts that you can put in the comments to why this should make sense to anybody, I am all ears, because from my perspective, knowing how good Trey Turner is, knowing how much Trey Turner just got paid, it makes no sense. And I get it. Trey Turner was drafted by the Padres, traded to the Nationals, traded to the Dodgers, and now signed with the Phillies. So he's on his 4th team. That does have some effect on it. And yet, it still makes no sense, because guaranteed, almost all of these guys are going to have much worse careers than Trey Turner has had. And Trey Turner is one of the best players in the league. Makes no sense. I can't believe it. I don't get it. And you can see all these cards, this huge, big, long list, all the way up to $10,000 here for Jackson Chourio. It's wild. It makes no sense. And I, for one, am not for this type of Bowman Chrome prospecting. I love Bowman Chrome prospects. This type of out-of-control spending is not for me. And lastly, if you want to check out some Prism World Cup breaks, I am breaking today at 6 p.m. Eastern on the SlabStox Whatnot channel. So come check out a couple of Prism World Cup hobby box breaks with me, Nate, on the SlabStox channel. Would love to see you there. Talk some soccer with you. Thank you, everyone, for watching today's Daily Slab, and I will talk to you tomorrow on the next Daily Slab. See you, everyone.